Hey everybody, we're making some sparkling teal snowflakes. So get a set of 3 random sized shaped rocks because we're going to paint them teal, or choose your favorite color. I'm going to use teal because that's one of the accent colors of my living room. So I'm going to use a sponge and I'm going to add Folkart teal to all of these stones. I'm going to cover the whole thing. And I'm going to do 2 coats. So make sure you let your first coat dry. And the reason I'm using a sponge is that it does cover it evenly and there's no brush strokes, because I don't like seeing that, especially when we're going to be adding glitter over top, because you can really see the brush strokes if you add glitter. So I'm going to let my second coat dry, so dry that I can touch it and not have any on my fingers. Now, I am going to be using dragonfly glaze again today. Sorry, hologram. And you can use hologram if you want. It will look beautiful with teal especially, and purple. It looks really good with purple. But I am using the dragonfly glaze, and I'm going to use a sponge as well so that I have a nice even layer of glitter on my stone. Now I will make sure that I can't see all those little sponge marks as well. I just keep kind of blending it on until it looks like a nice even coat of glitter, because you really can notice if it's not an even layer. So try to make sure that you use a sponge in order to get that even coat, just like the paint. And then of course, let it dry. That's the hardest part about this project. It's going to be fairly quick and easy, but we got to wait for these layers of paint to dry. So that's the most boring part of it. But once it's dry, I'm happy. So they don't look as sparkly when they're wet, but once they're dry, it changes a lot. This is like a holographic glitter, and it's so beautiful. There's like all the colors of the rainbow in it. So it's awesome for Christmas time, because Christmas time is glitter and shine. So I am going to find my center of all of my stones. I'm going to use a big dotting tool. You can use a knitting needle, you can use the end of your paint brushes, you can use whatever you can find in your house that would work for you. Just find your center with it so that you have the center of your snowflake. I'm going to be doing the same exact design, or at least close to it, on each one of mine. You can change it up for each one if you prefer. So, but I will be showing you how I do one design, and that design is going to be on all 3. So I'm going to move it a little bit closer for you, move the other ones out of the way so that you can actually see what I'm doing. And I apologize for the glare. There is quite the glare on the stone at the moment, but I will be adjusting it in a moment so that you can see it a little bit better. So please forgive me. Now I'm just adding a couple of little dots between the bigger dots that I just put in here. And I always start with like north, east, south, and west. That's how I start my dots. And then I go in between those ones. And then I put the smaller dots in between those ones. So I always think of the map when I do my mandalas and snowflakes and geometric designs. I always think of that. It makes it a little bit easier for me. That's how I do my framework too on a lot of my stones. So I am putting like a little tail. That's what I'm going to call this. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots on those tails. And I'm going to add bigger dots. You can use, once again, whatever you can find, but I will leave a link in the description for the dotting tools that I'm using, so that you can take a look for yourself if you can find those where you are. I'm just trying to make sure that all of my dots are fairly the same size. And sometimes that's difficult depending on the consistency of your paint. Now this glitter, you can barely see it on this video, so I apologize for that. But once you resin this or seal this, the glitter is just rainbow. I just love it so much. I'm right into the holographic thing right now. I think it's beautiful. So I am now walking smaller dots around the bigger dots. I do start with a big dot below it and then walk up and around the sides. And the dots just automatically get smaller because I'm running out of paint. I'm trying to make sure that my dots are close to the same size everywhere. Adding a bigger dot at the end of these tails. And I'm trying to do like a more simple snowflake. That way people of all ages can paint together with this one. Don't forget, I will be having a contest. So there's going to be an extra special surprise for the person who wins. And you're going to have to pick your favorite tutorial out of all of my tutorials. And some of you don't even know I have over 90 tutorials on my channel. All you have to do is hit that down arrow and it'll bring you to the rest of my videos. So I have a lot for people at all ages, for newcomers as well as veteran daughters. I have a lot of stuff that you can choose from that you might actually really enjoy painting with your friends and family. So don't forget to share my channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe and comment. Let me know what your favorite tutorial is, because my contest going up on Friday. Tomorrow, I believe. Yes, it's going up tomorrow. I will be posting it on Facebook. I will be posting it on Instagram, and I will be posting the rules and regulations here on YouTube as well, so that you know. So stay tuned. You got to know which one is your favorite, because you're going to paint it for me and I want to see a picture of it. So keep that in mind. Contest coming tomorrow so that you can win something from me, something very special. So I am just continuing on walking around the bigger dots and then adding a tail here and there. And I'm going to double walk around these extra big dots. These dots are the same size as the center, these bigger dots here. So I'm going to do a first row of dots, and then I'm going to do a double row. And like I said, all of mine are going to be almost exactly the same. But you can change each one of yours up. If you want to have 5 in your set instead of 3, if you want to do each one a different Christmassy color, or whatever, you want to do them glow in the dark instead of just white snowflakes, you can get really creative with these. I will be, because sometimes just the glitter background isn't enough for me. I'm going to be adding a little bit more sparkle. You're going to see a caption come up that's like, why not add more sparkle? Well, I am trying to brainwash you. I do add more sparkle even after I resin it. So it's like triple the fabulousness when it comes to these. I find during this time of year, the holiday season, there's so much more glitter, so much more sparkle and shine everywhere, and happiness. And that's what I want to show you in my snowflake sets. So I have the glittery background, I have the resin to seal it in and bring out all of the glitter, all of that teal in the background. It just comes out with the resin. Then I add crystals on top of it, which is optional. I will leave in the description how I added the crystals. but you definitely don't have to go that far with it if you already feel like this is too much. It's just an option. So I will show you it resined without crystals as well as with crystals at the end of the video. So I'm just kind of, see, there's that brainwashing. I'm sorry, guys. I am trying to make you add more sparkle. I still love you. Hope you love me. Let me know what color you're making yours if you decide to paint these with me. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear your ideas. I'm going to make some purple ones with some teal sparkles, I think. But yeah, you can make deep red. You can do metallic with the dragonfly glaze over top. It looks so beautiful. It's just to die for. So there's so many different colors of snowflakes that you can make. So here I am still going to add a couple of extra dots here and there, but I'm keeping it fairly simple. You can go very intricate when it comes to dotted snowflakes. So do whatever your heart desires. You do you. You know what I mean? You just do you. But tell me about it, because that's what I love. I love waking up in the morning and drinking my coffee before everybody else in the house gets up, and I read your comments, and I love your comments, and I reply to the ones that I have time to, and that's how I wake up every day. You guys are the best part about waking up. So as you can see, this is not perfect. I made a mess of that one, but it still looks cute. And here's it resined. I cannot capture the color of the glitter in the video. I'm sorry for that. It is just a rainbow of heaven. That's what it is. But then I added more sparkle to my heaven, and I added some Swarovski crystal flatbacks using just a little bit of glue and flatback crystals, and it just gives them more of what I love this time of year. So it's optional. You don't have to do it. And if you're putting them outside or anywhere where animals or little critters are going to pick them off and eat them, don't add crystals after the resin. Add them before. I love you guys. Thank you so much for painting with me. Keep painting, and don't forget about the contest. Bye.